Hello everyone and welcome back to Team Fortress TV. We've had a little bit of a drought at the start of this season on games, but they are going to be coming thick and fast in week number 3. So on this very good Halloween, we've got a game here. We've got Germans against Varmkorv, and we also have a game over in the second stream as well. But people joining the server, we'll try and be quick. We've got Antimation, my fellow Frost has a companion on production, and we have Dum Tum, or as he's known in the chat, Dum Mummy, because we're going spooky. So are you suitably spooked?
Well, nothing could be scarier on Halloween than watching Germans, I guess. So, yeah, this will be hopefully a suitable game. And quite frankly, there's still one horror awaiting, namely which maps we are playing. As we all know, ETF2L admins don't enforce the rules half the time, which means that despite being legally required to disclose which maps they're playing, they did not, and they'll certainly not get punished for it, which is why we only know map 1 right now, which is Gullywash. The other map these teams pre-game scrimmed include Snakewater, Horrifying Last Hold, or Entropy, new map, scary, I don't know where to go. So no matter where we go after Gullywash, it will be spooky times ahead.
Yeah, spooky times on either side. I think, would it actually be the... I haven't really kept too close of an eye on the maps played in Div 1, but this could be the first Entropy official ever?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
It should the second map be Entropy, which, yeah, all arrows are kind of pointing that direction, other than, you know, obviously the match page, which does not say the map pick bans, for reasons you've just outlined.
Either way, I'm excited. I like Gullywash, and I'm honestly down to see Entropy if it comes down to it as well. So I'm very interested how this will go. And if nothing else, if one of these teams look good on Entropy, you just have like such a leg up at every pick ban from here on out against anyone.
Yeah.
Because they already probably don't love the idea of playing a new map, and then you also know the fact that these guys probably do. Whoever might win this next map, that just gives you an immediate advantage.
Yeah, you get like basically a free map in the veto, right? As you know, the other team has to ban Entropy against you, so you can sort of practice your other maps. You can maybe get your best out of the other 4 to come up as well.
Ooh, players confirm it is Entropy, in fact.
It is
there
Entropy.
We go.
Oh my, great news. Okay, wonderful. So that's not coming up just yet. We've got Gullywash first. I guess we can talk a little bit about the teams while people are fumbling their way into the server. We haven't seen anything of the Germans yet, but Varmkorv impressed in their first game and are still, I guess, somehow, despite lots of other games occurring, are sat pretty at the top of the table on 6 points out of a possible 6.
Yeah, somehow this season is so close that no one was able to just get a free win so far, basically, and they were able to defeat God already. Not a bad start to the season at all. Narrative suddenly shifts drastically from, wow, these guys are moving up from Div 1. We'll see if they can win anything, to, wow, they've already won a game. Can't possibly be that bad of a season anymore from here, even if they were to not win anything, right? There's been teams that didn't even win a single game, so already looking better than many people moving up to Premiership. On the other side, obviously, most of the people on the German roster shouldn't be unfamiliar. However, there's 2 imposters here. Granted, I can't vouch for the fact that Kondok is in fact learning German on Medic here, but also joining them this season is, because he's not on Random anymore, KN on Soldier as well for the German side. So that will be interesting. Ken obviously played a really good season last season, in general, mechanically and all that. How that fits into the German roster is a very interesting question that we are yet to see as well. Like you said, we didn't see them yet at all. And if they struggle against these guys, does that mean the Germans are bad, or does that mean Varmkorv Boogie is just actually the best team ever?
Well, Varmkorv are unbeaten, so yeah, what could you say? But yeah, I think the Germans are going to put up a pretty good fight this game. Regardless, obviously, like you said, there's lots of names people have been hearing around. I guess it's like kind of a few of these players were sort of in rosters together in the past. They had like a little spell in Prem under the same name a long time ago, but still coming back, bringing the band back together to some extent and bringing in some new names. Kondog and KN, so yeah, it should be a force to be reckoned with. But as we say, it's week 3 and we haven't seen them play yet, so I guess we'll let the gameplay speak for itself on that one.
Yeah, we'll see. Whatever it's worth, I'm a big fan of Gullywash. I always like watching this map. Usually leads to pretty fun games here, and wouldn't expect much else. It was very close to place a lot of Varmkorv Boogie last time, and I'd be surprised if we see anything else out of the Germans, to be honest. This is the kind of roster that is going to be wanting to play like that. However, with K on Soldier, you'd expect we'll see lots of pocket heals. That's what Mandem did a lot last season as well. So we'll know what that will look like. It's not something that really I have seen on any German roster in the past, really. So it might be a bit of a change of pace for the team.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of a new dynamic, right? If you've got a soldier like KN on the roster, clearly someone who is able to churn out the DPM numbers, and we know he's got a bit of an MG reputation, so should be a strong force. And we'll see how the rest of that German team play around them. We've got a couple of players they've readied up, and now they're they're dipping back out again. But they're just for sorting themselves out, getting themselves into the server. Would you start pretty soon, potentially? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Use my cheating power to tell you that yes, they will be live in just 90 seconds, in fact. So you in Twitch chat, better get your bets ready as well. This is it's going to be an interesting one to see what people's opinions lie of this one. Because where do you go? No one has seen the Germans playing official yet. You can look at scrim results all you want, but from what I've glanced over, they've just kind of been very close with everyone. Maybe win or lose some here and there, but like everything is either ties or like 3-2-2-3, kind of like 1 point away scorelines from one another. So I don't know.
That's every team this season, though, right? Like every team is doing that. So
I don't know. Last time I've looked at a Varmkorv scrim result from one night, it's like they rolled one map and then they got rolled the other map. So who knows what's happening these days?
It's a chaotic season. I guess any season where like the top team dips from the season at the last minute is going to sort of have this sort of weird parity between all the teams, people trading maps off each other. Like as we say, there's only been 1-6-0 so far, so it's been very close, potentially exciting season.
It'll be interesting. What I can tell you from the odds on the Twitch chat right now, what our viewers at home think, is that more people want to believe in Varmkorv, but the people that believe in the Germans sure do believe in them more right now. Looking at the points, still has some time to be changed here, but it looks like the amount of points is heavily swayed in one team's favor, despite more people being on the other, so we'll see. You still have a bit of time here to get the last numbers in real quick, but looks like we're going live here with map number 1. It will be Gullywash Entropy in follow-up to that, but first of all, they want to get to the new map. They gotta win on familiar grounds first.
We'll see what either of these teams are bringing. Like we say, we think this is the Germans' pick, so see what they're able to cook up. And they're hooking up a bomb straight onto Yimpo, who's forced all the way back to the truck, taking a lot of pressure. He's taken down very, very fast. But Fox and Arantry back to the other side, taking lots of spam. Kondo just about able to inch his way out onto the platform. Onga last alive, and it's a massive success on this first mid for the Germans, wiping everyone out except that one single scout. Going to have a massive Uber ad and going to be taking second and having a good crack at last of this.
There we go, that's a good start right away. And we'll see what they can do from this one here. Looks like they're thinking about off-classes. Pyro and Engineer is going to be here in the end for Varmkorv. We thought about Sniper, but I guess with what's ahead of them here, you're not trusting the sideline much. You just want to go keep your gun alive as much as possible and make this stall out for as much as you can. You're going to need it. Great start for the Germans, but they're going to finish this one up even with the Uber advantage. I've seen people beat this. We all have. You're going to be able to finish this one up, but Voxy loses the flash as he walks into a sticky. Immediately dies on point. Traded out for Arantry. Maybe can out of the point. Busy at work getting point time, but just can't get a lot of it as well. Scout eventually chasing the heavy, but again, good damage. Yeah, they're heavy in the back, cleaning up, but the Scout falls apart a little bit, and that's the Condor going down alongside all that.
Yeah, that flash makes so much of a difference, right? Losing that scout onto the point just means that they've got KN coming underneath, not got any support, and yeah, they just weren't able to do the damage. We had a run back change onto change off onto heavy, and that's another 450 health points to deal with. And yeah, the push took too long, and as we see now, Condog in that respawn speed is going to have big disadvantage, 100% over on Shio. We'll see how they decide to work their way into it. It looks like a choke, maybe a submarine. No, it's like no one going to be facing too aggressive. No hiders, no rats. Going to have bombs in. No double sack here at this bomb. Going to get down to UG, but that is it. The Uber held so far. Not the pocket scout. They've dropped UG. That's all it's going to be.
Not a whole lot coming out of this. Yeah, I mean, you have to hope with this bomb play there as well. You said no hiders. They don't have to be all too close to get in there, but you still gotta kind of rely on your team to make the right call for you if you can't see them at all. Speaking of not seeing anything, Condor did not see that bomb coming. Really close call. Ox follows up, but doesn't stick the landing. Doesn't matter. We don't get the medic. Who cares? All your friends are dead, my guy. Soldier went down, and at this point, you've got to make a choice. They're so far out already, but they want to fight back with this Uber coming in, and actually, they don't have to use it all in this one.
That was a fantastic hold from Condog there, open river. Has one soldier coming and hits the rocket, serves it away and doesn't pop. It's absolutely crucial, which now means that Condog and the two scouts of the German side are able to run their way up to choke and onto mid, and with big Uber advantage, they're able to charge across Voxy, getting the flash, going to deal with a soldier and a scout, and everyone else on the side of Varmkorv going to have to scurry out back onto second, and with 3 players down, they might go into more pressure as well.
Alright, not bad. Clean him onto Ox as well. No threat of this bomb just now. This looks so good for Varmkorv Boogie for a second, and then, despite getting forced into a really awkward exchange, the Germans exactly figured out how they want to play this one. Works out real nicely. Once again, puts them on the upper hand here, but once more, I think them looks so great at the last. Trying desperately to get some position and way into the last point already. Fish under the point. Doesn't fare so well. Might even get a kill here, but in the end, does not succeed. And even land 100 point might just not be enough right now with no good charge up and certainly no advantage. However, be surprised if the blue team actually pursues this out of large just now. Even with the one kill, this match is so small, and you gotta really worry about anyone hiding.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Fish does in the spawn, see if there's any like a banner or any booties, but doesn't appear to be. Fish will play good as he like he was second, potentially going for something funny, but nope, just gonna kill for a bit more, maybe send some slow attacks in. But like you say, Uber charges stabilised, full team's at 100%. We've got a gun getting built still, taking a fair bit of time, but I'm sure that's going to be getting brought forward soon. And yeah, it's all on the Germans to see what they can do. And Snuffy going down, is that possibly a run-for-enough? Never mind, Demo's gone down as well. Philip taken out, and Voxy.
And Fish as well. Everyone's just dying instantly, trying to touch the point. None of this working, and if this was maybe like one player less dying, you'd think that it might be on purpose, but no, they just messed up a little bit. You can get away with a little bit on Gullywash last, sometimes throwing people in, but not like that. Just too many losses here. Varmkorv Boogie taking an easy one to get out of last. Sounds good in theory. In practice, there's still a lot of work to be done just now, and the situation certainly hasn't changed.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, they get out of last, but the spawners have come in. There's plenty of forward spawns coming through, and the Germans are able to set themselves up on second. They're starting to rotate that beam around into the big door. Impo, they're waiting with the pipes, with the stickies. See if anyone goes down. There's lots of traps to clear as well. There's run straight into the monkey, Shocky. Running straight into that trap in baby door, and Impo going to take the cue to start walking forward. Aaron Trey jumping as well. But just going to take the space, not going to go too deep into big doors. Yeah, things slow down now. Shocky's going to be coming back up, and nothing really came of that pick.
Yeah,
is that Babyface's blaster?
I guess so. The last person I've seen use it was, in fact, also German, but it wasn't Shocky, it was Gazi. But I guess the disease has been spreading in the meantime, that somehow this is a good idea. We will see if it comes to fruition. For now, the guy's just looking for damage with the pistol, but losing it the second he gets hit as well, so it's not quite working out as intended over here.
Yeah, I guess maybe didn't want to like show that they're on the Babyface's blaster, as if that's going to like give up some super secret strap, but never mind, the distraction is in, and bombs coming over KN up on the high ground above Choke, and a bit of a war occurring outside on this guard area. Uber charges exchange, no one dying for either side yet, but there's some low health bars over on Varmkorv's side, but everyone's going to get back out after this trade. No casualties, and 98% on that Babyface's blaster, so I think all eyes are on this to see what this manages to achieve.
God, this is frustrating though, because they got so much damage already, but just didn't find a way to stay on second and like play into that damage on the combo they had. Demo and Medic were really weak at one point. Now it's just all of playing on Dogbeat here, which admittedly that's threatening towards the Demo in here, but yeah, you just eat one spare sticky on the entrance to the big door, and suddenly all that speed is gone while you just forcing you very slowly to walk through lobby.
Shocky is all the way behind in last, currently fighting Aaron Schreier and the Scout counterparts.
I don't know if I would say it's a fight as much as he's just desperately trying to run away while his legs are failing him.
Yeah, he gets caught behind, and yeah, I guess that sort of denies enough time, but never mind. Bombs coming in onto mid. Aaron Schreier jumping in, going to be seen, going to be dealt with, and counter-sack amounts to nothing.
Alright, not too big a deal, not too much time has been lost, but maybe not total yet. This round, very much a different story already 3 minutes into this round. Time over map hammer here just now for this one, so something's gonna happen sooner or later, and once again calling for drastic measures, and once again Kodak has to use quite a bit later here, could be very crucial, if not for the fact that Voxy got left low with flashing disorder behind, just asking for heals, and the communication, maybe because of language barrier, failing there a little bit for the Germans.
Yeah, I guess the silver lining for the Germans, they have only lost one player, so and that's equalised as well straight away, so there's not really any danger. They get everyone out apart from Voxy. They're able to stabilise themselves, get their players up, get beamed back up again, and get themselves back into the second stalemate. Fishkov's going to be jumping behind this time, and KN and Shocky all the way through Choke. Quite a bit of damage, but taking a lot too, and 2 players down now for the Germans, and Fishcup put behind me. There's only 3 players actually watching choke, so if Varmkorv go quick, they could catch them with the trousers down. As they're charging all the way through, going to maybe get mid for 3. It looks like a retreat is on the cards for the German side. Philip taking a lot of damage, and Foxy's down again. Philip's down, Condog's alone. Never mind, Shocky coming in through the spawn just in time, but Varmkorv on a roll. They want to keep going. They're all the way through again. Fox in, getting a kill, and another one Condog has to use, and there's only 2 players alive. This is a nightmare for the Germans.
Yeah, not if can even this at this point. Fishcup tried to block in the meantime, but just didn't fair a chance against the scouts, and clearly those scouts still very busy at work, getting the second soldier down too after all of this is over and done with, and they didn't need to use. KN at the very least will not spawn in time. This gun barely even up. They're already getting to the point. They're just rushing down this demo man, trying to force this fight on the point, waiting for the opponent to come block us and just get the last few flashes ready to deny any chance of denying this cap. And Varmkorv Boogie takes the lead.
Yeah, great bit of momentum there for Varmkorv, right? They were just sat on their own second for so long, saw the opportunity, and they just kept going and going and going, and yeah, chasing down those kills through choke, and yeah, got that temporary 6v3 with a player caught behind and just kept going, kept running in and forcing that awkward use out of Condog. And yeah, second time of asking, a bit easy this time, of course, given the situation, but they managed to convert. Advantage last push, go around up. The game gone.
Alright, well, they might have the lead, but the game is far from over just yet, and we'll see how it looks like in the mid-fights. For now, Shocky denied. Looks like a pretty good start for Varmkorv Boogie. Look at the space they have. All they have to worry about is the one guy in the back lane. So most eyes are on that one. However, maybe a few too many actually. KN sneaks in while everyone's looking back. That is exactly the medic guy. He somehow claws Omga down alongside that too. It's just damage reduction now. They're trying to get this medic. Condog eats so much, whereas the rest of the damage gets the pack as well. 98 on the medic. Wait, one more rocket. But Aaron Shear coming in late. He has to hit this, but it's not a chance past these 2 scouts. Barely everything working out for the Germans. Everyone's just a hair late on Varmkorv Boogie. And this time around, they can't let this opportunity go to waste, right? We've been here before. They had advantage in the last. You can't fumble these.
Yeah, they're a bit further back, and Shear's probably going to have time to build up, getting up into river. But like we say there, Philip able to keep Condog alive, and such a great defense there of the medic up in river. Looks sketchy, especially when the soldiers jumping in from behind. I was worried for them, but managing to hold on and managing to preserve a bit of advantage. They're going to be capping up second now. There's not a great deal of ad to work with. Sitting at 30%, but it's trickling down second by second. And the push going to be coming in from River. They've also a big time limit on this of about 10 seconds before Shear is going to have Uber charge left. He's had to use Uber onto the point. He's trying to get whatever cap time they can. Fox is jumping in, able to deny for a bit, but the cap time still comes through. They popped up into the air. Fishcup able to seal it out from underneath the noses of the defending Varmkorv side. Gio just didn't get the Uber charge in time. A couple of seconds short on that one. And yeah, very nice push in, just knocking the blocking soldier into the sky so you can cap.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to hit them right in the face. Sometimes you better shoot at the feet instead. Works out beautifully for the side of the Germans so far. Like you said, close call, but they had it all under control in the end. Get them the tight up scoreline really quickly once again. So much work by Varmkorv Boogie, negated in no time at all, and they're not done yet. Instant damage there. This time around, Shocky will get what they're looking for. That moment denied. Aaron Tree behind gets spotted early though, and that will just not be enough.
Yeah, Shield, a bit of danger there from KN jumping in, but able to get out into lobby, and it's important that he stays alive. I know that didn't happen last time, but going to mean even Ubers, but it's going to mean the second point is going to fall, and there's already German players in the lobby getting ready to try and deny this gun, try and press into last, because one of the dangers that can occur. Nice headshot there from Hugo to KN, and that might stall things out for a bit, might give them some time, let them get this gun up and get themselves bunkered down on last.
Alright, well, fighting chance at the very least. So much game has been played, but we're kind of back where we started. Tied up game, and Varmkorv Boogie back on last point for a little bit at least, but without an advantage is a little less of a threat right now. That said, I'm sure we'll see the Germans try anyway. They've tried last time, and really, most of what led to Varmkorv Boogie getting the round was just like slipping up on last a bit too much and actually getting them out of here fairly quickly. They're a bit more careful on it this time around on the German side. Surely they will not allow that to happen yet again, but someone's going to take a chance eventually. Voxy already waiting on that point for the rest of the team to really start making moves eventually, and they're peeking a lot already here. It's just a matter of playing off each other's timing as much as they can, and while the damage coming through from Shutter, there is some cap time, but neither of which lasts long. There we go, second try round, however, they're just not looking anymore.
Yeah, again, the soldiers knocks into the air, there's too much distraction, just sneaks underneath, and yeah, right from underneath. the Varmkorv side, able to get the cap. Like, I didn't think Voxy got that much cap time, to be honest, but just everyone turns around, comes in for round number 2 with Shocky, and yeah, the 2 scouts baiting the point from underneath works wonders. Maybe that's what they had to do last time. Forget the Uberad push, forget like sending Saxon as such, just stand on the point and just win the round. It's going to work for them here. 2-1 up with half a game still left to play. See if they're able to hold better on mid here, the Varmkorv. They've had some trouble with previous, taking so much damage, as you say. Germans running across the point, running absolutely rampant. Shears taken down, Info down as well. Just a soldier and a scout who are going to be out as well. Yeah, Condog still alive, well at 150 HP, along with 4 of his friends running up onto second. So it's going to be another big advantage. And another player, Landry, with a late spawn. He isn't going to be alive by the time the last push comes in either. So this is surely the Germans to lose.
And again, surely they cannot beat these ones anymore, right? This is everything you could hope for after mid-fight, quite frankly, here. Maybe like a late kill somewhat for late spawner, but no, they luckily at least have all 6 alive from Varmkorv Boogie, but it's really all that's going right now, because all that's wrong for them is maybe just up ahead right now. Gun already taken down here, point time finally gets cracked after the demo man, gets forced off the point, and with a shot beautifully in the sky to take the Ox as well. This point is just wide open for the taking. Brilliant stuff by all of them, and that's gonna wrap this up with, I think, 3k on the Scout and the 5k on the Soldier. Not bad at all. 3-1 lead in no time. This was a 0-0 game not too long ago, and suddenly they're just dangerously far up already.
Yeah, I've got to say, a lot of this comes down to the mid-fights for Varmkorv. They've really struggled in these last 3 mid-fights, so I'm going to hope they've cooked something new up. They've maybe got to change a strategy on the cards, because if they can't have any more repeats of this, losing their medic, getting everyone taken down, and Arrantry is in deep very, very quickly, and Oxes as well. So this is the turn of pace they've needed. Losing too early at the Germans, but there's players behind, the players in onto the combo, never mind, it turns around, there's players on the flank coming up through the drop down. Only Ox last alive, but Condog was safe all the way out towards Big Door. Him and Shocky able to survive. And yeah, it was looking better, but Condor getting out and everyone getting collapsed on the platform is disasters again, as we get a bit of deja vu on this mid-fight.
Yeah, this feels like one of those games where one team just kind of figured it out halfway through and it's just very over. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly what we're seeing just one more time after this last push now, once again. But you can't give up, right? If you give up now, then that's just 3 points down the drain. You will never see back again for the rest of the season, so gotta cling on to hope. But when it was starting to look good, I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it's just so hard to recover from these situations, right? If the opponents are just really good at these 2 plays on mid and on last, then where do you find the chance to counterplay this? You just gotta have the right call on mid, and maybe
you can drop,
get lucky.
That happens, yeah. Getting the drop, nice pipes out from Yimpo. The rollers doing the damage in towards River, and yeah, like you say, sometimes you're getting fortunate with a couple of rollers is all that it takes. And pushing out into lobby now, there's Shocky round towards Baby Doll, maybe trying to be a bit of a distraction, but no, dealt with. Ongo and Hugie able to push him out of the way. Gio's got Uber charge up now, ready to use whenever, as Varmkorv charge their way in onto second, and potentially even further. We saw what happened before when they had momentum on their side. But KN is on Spy, and currently hiding out in Elbow.
Down again. And the Spy also doesn't do anything, so overall it could be going much better.
This is exactly how Varmkorv got their first round, though, right? They just started snowballing like this. They got a couple of picks, pushed in through. There was a Uber that was, I guess last time it was just a bad Uber. This time it was a drop.
Where's Info going? He got lost in the salsa for a second.
Yeah,
didn't know where to go.
Yeah, Voxy's trying to be a nuisance behind, but I'm not sure.
He's not denying any cabs, so who really cares actually at this point?
Absolutely, might be down to Ox as well in choke.
Ox is very scared of fighting a Scout 1v1 right now, so it's just different, leaves it to the rest of the team. And Ox doesn't want to fight a Scout 1v1 either, as it turns out, so he's just waiting behind to back up eventually, but better be quick, because they know he's here, so they know it's up, and if he's camping now, that just seems like really bad timing. I guess the late things further, and they maybe just won the crit squeak up actually as well. That was a nice shot right there, and the Zuba's already into last anyway. They're not wasting too much time here, getting forward as much as they can, and the crits is just stuck in spawn right now. If they get much cap time, it might be looking a little bit dire right now. Flare for Shocky. There's the crit squeak coming through. That might just do enough actually, but Combox is also nice. I don't is this Shocky or is this just Gazi's Ulticon now? What's going on? First babyface blaster, now this pyro gameplay?
Yeah, this is had some interesting decisions, but yeah, this pyro was kind of saved them, to be honest. The air blast coming out, able to just keep Condog alive a little bit longer before the Ubercharge is able to come up. Well, the crit screeg, I guess. But I've got to say, you were questioning that back-cap attempt. That bought enough time for that crit to come up.
Yeah.
That crit would not have come up if the back-cap attempt from Voxy hadn't come through. So maybe just 3 steps ahead.
Maybe so. Red Scout certainly doing good work for their team here so far. And ultimately, all they have to do is just not lose, right? They're already winning. They just have to not lose, and then they're fine. A bit scarier when you're down on map control, I suppose, to do any of this, but really, we've not seen too much of the drones be tested on defense just yet. I mean, if they hit these shots on soldiers trying to bomb, then you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely not. Dealt with perfectly. The rest of the red combo are just going to hide themselves up in river, just keep themselves safe, and the rest of the blue combo wanting to walk themselves around to show, giving up on big door after seeing the lap. Why not? But they're able to run straight in and get onto Philip, who's dropped in the Ubercharge. So that's definitely a win for Varmkorv, as they're able to just about get back out again. Never mind. Usually hadn't got the memo. Fishcom up above is able to get one going to the medic.
No one's looking at him! He was up there for so long and just no one cared.
He got 1 kill as well. It wasn't like they couldn't know he was there. He just got and killed Hugie. Able to, stay up there for even longer, get more damage, get more kills, including one onto the medic. So great work from Fishcom, and this has turned around absolutely on its head. 1 minute ago we were sat on the red team's last, and now midpoint being capped up. Big Uber advantage coming out for Condog, and the Germans might be wanting to push this even further.
It's got to be very motivating for open players to see that Fram players also cannot look up in this game. That's just, anyone can make it happen, you know? We're all in this one together. Anyway, the bombs are coming through already. We're hitting good damage, but Xeo gets out alive for now. How much that matters is a different question. They just do not have the charge up yet, as the red team grabs up the second point, already gearing up to the lobby area. Will be facing off against pretty straightforward defense here. Sniper hoping for the best, the gun in the back, and maybe some stickies around the point is what they really have to play around here just now. That gun is getting switched off before we even take any damage, so that did nothing at all. Back to fire and doors, but cap them is what they really have to worry about. Those sticks didn't do much on the point itself, and with this much damage, it's scary times ahead, but they just about get even in time. We just still took too long, but the threat is out yet. They're all walking in from every direction they can, and these scouts are dangerous.
Yeah, Shoki just hid next to the spawn door, and I think everyone just kind of walked past him. It was really nice hiding play there from Shoki, able to just walk out as soon as the Ubercharge fades and just gets like 3 free meat shots on the blue combo, and just, able to go absolutely huge.
Are we map talking? Let's see what's happening here. It looks like yes, we might be. It is Varmkorv Boogie calling the pause. However, they didn't pause right this second, is how pauses work. So when did they pause after this round ended? Is the real question.
Yeah, because they can't have lost another round, because...
Where are we right now in the game? I'm really curious.
Yeah, it's no circumstance, but I've got to say, if you're talking about a map talk, I think there's something needs to change. I said this last mid, but we've just had another repeat of... I guess they changed things a bit, but it still had the same result. They were still dead on their own last. After
maybe they're like full ad going to last. They just want to talk out, okay, this is how we win this push, guys. And then the push. Just making sure it all works out. I don't know, like, it makes more sense if they actually did pause in this situation in real time. Because the mid-fights were kind of rough later down the line, right?
Yeah,
those
their first
need some big work.
Good. Yeah, their first mid-fight was fine. I think they won it, right? But after that, they've lost. I think they've lost sheer every mid apart from like the most recent one where they had to run all the way out because they lost everyone. And then other than that, there's like... Yeah, they're just losing their combo up on platform. The soldiers aren't being helped.
Yeah, the later mid-fights look like you watch the top open team versus the bottom open team, where a team just arrives to what feels like a minute faster to the midpoint, and no one has any space on the other side, you know? Like one of those.
Yeah,
and they try to walk up, and it's
like,
just a million damage on them already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just becoming an absolute just murder field up on platform in front of elbow.
It's a tough one as well. I guess in the pause, it's worth mentioning as well, chat, real quick before we go live for the next round, that TFTV Live is also live right this second with Mandem against Gada Panteri as well. That is our second game of the night, so make sure you catch up with both games eventually tonight as well. Should be a good time ahead here, but looks like we're back as well on this one, so just get both tabs ready to go. Well, we're going to the last little bit of this game here, and who knows how much longer this goes. It's all on Varmkorv Boogie to turn this now around.
They've got to get 3 rounds in 9 minutes, and getting a kill onto Philip early is not a bad way to start that. And next now entry being taken down. They've got damage to secure over on that German side. They've got to be getting it dealt with, but KN underneath the point, able to do lots of splash over towards the remaining players. Over on Varmkorv, Shio is the only one alive, no one to build with, no one to taxi as he runs out to last, but Shocky doesn't decide to go through the door. Very nice defense there, coming in from Alt, just helping Shio get out there, because that could have been medic down as well.
Well, there we go. At least they got Shocky in the end, but this is still not where you want to be in this situation. This is the worst part in the game to be at. Losing so badly that you don't have much of a choice to push out in situations where you really would prefer to have some time for it all, but time is also just not really in their hands anymore either at this point. Just everything against Varmkorv Boogie at this current game state, as they're trying to get something going in terms of the last, but everyone's just dying instantly.
Yeah, losing 2 players up in River is also kind of going against them in this game state, I guess, so not ideal whatsoever, and I'm wondering, are the Germans thinking about potentially going on that? There's only 5 seconds on these spawns, so maybe not, maybe a little bit too quick to deal with. Nice back baiting there from Philip. Out on the shutter. Gets the deaths, gets some free spam off, but no engineer up. Because obviously they can't stay here for too long.
We're trying to sneak as much damage in as we can, but eventually they all get caught anyway, so the scout down. But what do you do on blue now, right? You'd love to just say, oh yeah, this is fine, we just hold last some more, but they can't. They literally cannot. They have to get out of here right this second. There's not enough time for anything else. And as much as we're trying, we're not hitting anything from the medic. And now they're down 2 on last, and this is exactly what the Germans want. You just have to play into desperation a little bit, and usually at this point you get rewarded for it.
Yep, that's 2 players down on long respawns. The Euro exchange comes in, spam out towards the point info, getting a nice flash there just to keep him alive, but there's Fishkoff underneath the point, able to come up. Omgar on the point on the heavy, taking so much spam, and Germans not losing anyone yet, as the last remaining players have to sack themselves onto the point. Just Ox alive on 84 HP, got an army marching down towards him, tries to hold the line but doesn't manage it, and it's 5-1 for the Germans on their rat pick. So yeah, starting of the season with a bang for them.
Very much. Slow start, but like I said earlier, right? Sometimes you reach a point midway through a game where one team just kind of got it and the other one just definitely did not. Germans very much that team this time around, even if it dragged itself out a little bit by the end still. It all will come together quite nicely for 3 points on the tables. Catches them up a little bit. The position on the tables will still look a little bit weird until they play their actual week 2 game. Or week 1 game, whatever it was that they're missing actually right now. But this is going to do some numbers here. And again, this is like the narrative building right now for the season, where sure, Varmkorv Boogie starts off looking promising, but how good are they really against the rest of the field? Or was that just like a one-off pipe dream that they're going to be keeping winning from here? And right now, it's looking a lot more like reality is hitting them a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was I guess the sort of mystique with the whole Varmkorv top of the table thing is the amount of like plot armor it seemed that they had regarding like the results of all the other fixtures.
Yeah.
As in the game on Sunday, like it had to finish precisely 5-1 to Forfens for them to stay top as sole leaders, and it happens. So it just things like that occurring. But as we say, it's a tough game, especially when they go round up as well. But they just got swept so quickly after that round. Yeah, we say got logs up. I know this isn't something you can see on stream, but so the time span, which obviously is further on the page in the logs, you got Varmkorv go up after 9 minutes, and then they lose a round in 1 minute 44, 1 minute 47, and 1 minute 20 just on the bounce. So in 5 minutes after going a round up, they're 3-1 down.
Yeah, and mind you, that first round still started with the Germans about to push last too. They fumbled the back a little bit, and they thankfully very nicely wrote the momentum from down by Varmkorv Boogie once they had a chance, but they just never got another chance, really, is the reality of the matter. And I mean, it's not all the mid-fight, but it's a lot on the mid-fights there as well. Like, if you looked okay once you got stuff going, but just never get chances again, then it's very easy to identify what needs work here. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, the logs are up. I've got to say, KN, there's somebody we highlighted in the pre-game, going 24-13. Pretty good performance there. On the,
KN also, I mean, I guess I told it earlier, but he is got to be the pocket soldier for sure.
Well, yeah, he's still
like, no doubt about it.
But yeah, got more beam than Philip actually. So yeah, but still put it to good use. Getting, top
like if you do take this much healing, you better be delivering as well, and they play accordingly. Like I said, not something they've done much with this roster before, but if you have the players to make it work, then why not?
Yeah, well, I guess we can now move on to what is in my opinion, quite exciting territory because we've had Gullywash, we've all seen 1,000 Gullywash games before, but this time we're on to Entropy for what I believe is, what I said before, what we believe is the first official played on this map. We have, we're thinking this is Varmkorv's pick. So I guess we said about the pressure of sort of being a pocket soldier, taking all the heals and having to produce damage for it. Well, if you're picking the map and playing the first ever game on it as your map pick, you've surely got to have something cooked up, right?
You'd hope, yeah. We'll see if that works out in the end here, but it's a dangerous pick, no matter what. Because even if you put in the work, you don't quite know for sure where the other team is actually at with their level of play on this map as well. These are, I believe, a couple of gamers that are in the map mixes as well here, though, on both sides for that matter. So they might be in for a rude awakening here, maybe on the side of Varmkorv Boogie, but we'll see. I mean, like I said earlier, right? If you have this map looking good for you after a disaster that was the second half of map 1, no one will want to play this against you anymore, and that just helps you not have to worry about at least one ban lost every time, if nothing else.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's much of a thing here between like these teams, and especially not in this season, given like the sort of apparent equalness of everyone's skill levels. But I guess it sort of makes sense if you think you're coming into a match as an underdog to sort of pick the new map as like a randomizer. And so you're thinking on most of the core maps, you maybe struggle against them. You think, right, we'll go on the new map with all sorts of chaos will break loose. The meta hasn't really established yet, so we can just play a chaotic game and potentially sneak out a win, which you might otherwise struggle to do. I'm not saying that's what Varmkorv are doing here, because obviously they're top of the league currently.
Yeah, people used to say these arguments towards like any product game. But one, it's 2023, you all played product already a million times. Grow up, you just lost because you're bad now. And the B, would you want to play product against Chalky and Boxy? I don't know, but I don't think I would want to be honest.
Yeah,
so going for the new map might be the safer choice here than for a risky product game, maybe, at the end of the day. And this is what they chose to do, so we'll see what comes out of it. It's been a while since I've seen this map. Equal's been busy at work since the map cup at the beginning of the year as well that we had going on as well. So I'm assuming plenty of changes scattered around the map that I will just have like weird like memories from last time I've seen it. Like already I can see one extra doorway I don't remember. So
yeah, Sink. I think Sink is the most recent change. Like the little doorway onto mid, I think that got like changed. It was like a little wall before, right? And now it's like a full room. But
one thing's for sure, I will never forgive Equal for removing the vent on last that had like motion detection even added to it, so you know when someone's in the vent, like just you're playing Five Nights at Freddy's. But whatever the case, we're here now on the scariest place it can be. So many Germans here, all of Varmkorv Boogie with but a dream to win a map still against them after the disaster that was map 1 for them on a whole new undiscovered map.
Just hiding in the flank, they're walking behind, getting a lot of damage onto the combo. Yumpo taken weak, but not taken down. But Shio is not going to survive, and neither is Pondo. Philip last alive on the German side, so maybe there is something cooking up on these mids as they're able to collapse onto lower. Hugie even chasing down the Demo Man, who's on the retreat back onto last. I don't think he's been aware of this. Hugie's running around in lobby, can't find him. Everyone's lost in these corridors around last. Hugie gonna not get the kill. Nice fight coming out from Philip. But nice mid-fight coming in, though, for Varmkorv.
Yeah, it's a win either way. Also, the second point was a little bit different aesthetically. The points have been reshaped quite a bit. Interesting, I suppose. But what can they do from here now as well? It was a stark improvement to the average mid-fight on the previous map, that's for sure. How that will translate is a different question, however, because they just don't really have much momentum just now as well. Also, these crates are a new addition to the second point I just noticed. Next to the big...
to climb up onto the big crate,
yeah. That used to just be like a car over there, like the part of the truck would be there, I suppose, with a cargo crate on it. But it's just some boxes now, I guess.
Yep.
I guess it nerfs the hiding spot a little bit that used to be there, so that's maybe
you can just sit behind it, right? And you can,
like between two things.
It out, yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm intrigued to see how Varmkorv decide to push on this, see what their go-to is for trying to work their way in at even Ubers. It seems like the plan is get Aaron Trier in behind, and Aaron Trier is all the way around into lobby, thinking about maybe taking a push through shutter, but nope, Shocky coming back trying to deal with it, and in the meantime, an exchange comes through whilst the scout is distracted. Hugie in, going to take down the other scout, so no scout near Condog currently. Docky currently still running around, being aware of this flank. And now, as Entropy is taken down, is able to come back and rejoin, but Philip taken down by a nice bomb by Ox as chaos is erupting out on the grass. Shio is not going to beam target either, as everyone is weak on the Varmkorv side. Ox going to try and jump in and salvage onto Condog, not going to manage it. Hugie's getting taken down as well, and it was looking okay, but in the end, Germans come up and they're able to have a big win there.
Turns things around quite nicely right there. Entropy even rolled out to mid, only to realize, wait a second, my entire team is dead. What am I doing in mid? And just ran for his life as everyone came his way. Gets about away with this one for now, and very much the same with the Germans here as well, who can carry a good momentum forward from here as well. Let's see how they handle things into the second point. It's a large point, much like
Entry in.
Wait a second, bombs come through. Condor doesn't need any damage though. There finally is the scout on the case as well, but they're just not hitting enough just yet. But it does get the combo disconnected from whatever Fishkop was trying to help them out with going in actually. You lose way too many people as well, meaning there's not much left of red. Yeah, he's just fine. I don't know where we're going, but we're hoping for the best over there.
And Ox as well. Surely Condor gets forced. Yeah, Condor has to use, but getting 2 picks, I guess, is
Xio doesn't have yet.
okay, and yeah, especially because Shio doesn't have really a couple of seconds, just about.
How is he living any of this?
Jumping in, trying to do it. There's a back cap on the loose as well. Shocky all the way behind, and no one's there to stop it either. This is so dangerous. There's 2 soldiers here as well.
Oh, they let Xio admit to leave for the back half and just gets the medic kill. They still lose the point anyway.
Yeah, Shocky's running last. Shocky's on the point. Everyone's diving in, able to get a lot of cap time, but not able to secure the cap. But oh my word, we see the potential for chaos. It's
this
kind of chaotic.
This just proves that it doesn't matter what map you're on. Shocky will back up anyway. He knows one thing, and he knows it very well. And we've known this for years, and somehow Varmkorv Boogie isn't ready for it.
Yeah, Vox even had a go as well. They got quite a bit more cap time. Scary times for the defending side of Varmkorv. As so much cap time through. Gotta be so careful of that point. It caps quick. Maybe not quite as quick as it used to, I believe, but have to see how they decide to push, and they've got still a bit of resident cap time. And Kane straight into Omega the Sniper as well is a really nice pick, and they do even need to use the Uber. They walk straight in onto the point. The gun wasn't watching it because the pillar was slightly obscuring the vision, and Kondo just doesn't pop. There's no point popping on the scout when the scout's just going to cap the point for free.
There you go, it's that easy. Works out for them here to just run at point over and over and over, and much like the map, this one takes inspiration from Badlands. Eventually it might just work if they're not ready to block the point right away. It's not quite that easy on this map as it is on Badlands, I suppose, but still works out either way sometimes, as we've seen on Gullywash as well, and the Germans always happy to test their luck on these chances. Going into the mid now once again, just bombs in right away, but we're not finding a lot of damage from the medic. However, on everyone else, everyone on blue, really weak, but there's just no one left to do the damage anymore. The scouts tried to follow up, Rocky denied right away, and now it's just the medic hoping for the best, but Condor on his own will certainly not fare well against 5 people chasing him down as well. Going to be the mid-win for Varmkorv Boogie. Maybe we see a bit of a reverse of last map. Now it's the Germans up 1, but quickly swept aside on the mid-fight.
Yeah, that was a fantastic mid there coming in for Varmkorv. They walked out onto the grass, and they knew last time that Fishkop was going to hide in that like flowers area, ready to jump in through the window. And they just waited days for it, and instantly, as soon as the bomb came in, backed out behind the rock. The double bomb came in and landed on absolutely nothing. The 2 soldiers were sat on the ground, sitting ducks, able to be getting dealt with. And we've, I believe, gone full pro lander over on the Germans in response to this. We've got Crits Krieg up, we've got a Pyro, a Sniper, an Engineer. We've got basically everything, but is it enough to stop the point? But Omga going to be putting that to the test, gets a really nice flash, just about able to survive. And there's so much cap time, this is surely around and around it is as the cap comes through, and Varmkorv back in the game straight away. Like you say, mirrored from previous.
Yeah. I guess once again, worth mentioning for the people that are not aware, this is CP Entropy, new map, and it is basically what if Badlands was taking place in post-apocalyptic, post-Soviet Russia, but also was created by a mad Swedish man.
Yeah, well, it seems like Varmkorv have certainly been practicing this and are pretty confident on their mids. At least Fishkop's going for the same jump through the window again as previous, but this time able to back out and not commit too hard for it. And look at the damage coming in. It seems the counterplay has been found as everyone, it seems, on the blue side is going down. Varmkorv, I was just singing their praises, but there they sat around on that grass a little bit too long, and KN able to get 4 on the mid. As we have a complete reversal of the scenario. Condog and KN already walking in. We've got Philip and Voxy shortly behind, and only 3 players up still on this last point, so this could be a very, very quick round number 3.
Yeah, the sniper really has to save something here, but we swapped off. Oh no, we didn't swap off. Never mind. We just switched directions here a little bit, see what they can do. Do switch off eventually though. Don't believe in this too much. Gun up in the back, but it's so far back it doesn't do anything. Soldier 1v1. That one's not working out as Entropy expected. Ken kept the high ground on him the entire time, but Entropy just slowly waddled into his line of sight there as well. Bomb on the medic, beautiful stuff by the Red Soldier, and a nice little air shot for Fish to round off the round as well here, to get themselves back in the lead 2-1. These rounds are coming rapid fire now, but last time that happened, they didn't stop happening for the Germans exactly.
Yep, really nice mix up there. They've clearly learned things in their first 2 mid fights, and getting a quick sweep like that is really going to boost their morale. As yeah, they're taking a 2-1 lead, and yeah, we saw last time it was a 2-1 lead to the Germans. It spiraled completely out of control. So that's what they're hoping to have again. And we've had a mix up on the Varmkorv side, deciding to roll out towards Flowers time, but Shield's going to take so much damage for it. KN's in as well. Yimpo's taken down, but Condog taken out over towards the grass, and Aaron Tree doing more damage as well. He's rid of 3v4, but Shield's still alive, hiding out towards barrels on this flank creep. Hugie in onto KN, who's going to be taken down. Vox is going to try and salvage something, but the mid fights just flip back and forth. It seems like nobody's able to keep remnant players of their teams alive on these mids, and now the ball is back in Varmkorv's court again, as they're the ones wanting to equalise.
Yeah, obviously, years of practice, I guess, worked out pretty nicely on Gullywash midfight for the Germans, but days of practice on Entropy certainly makes everyone scramble for new ideas as they go along just now on these mid-fights, just to one-up each other a little bit every step of the way. And right now, yeah, like you said, they're taking turns right now. Who is getting destroyed? And well, the supercharge does look promising already, of course. You gotta still worry, there's a crit speed coming up sooner or later, and we've seen what damage that can do.
Yep, and losing Hugie on the entry is not great either, as everyone's having to do is that gun did so much work, and the cap time is... What? The cap time comes through anyway! How is that allowed to happen?
They're just so far back. They're playing scared and spawn because they just don't have the crit speed yet, and can't let that happen to you. This is, it's always funny, because, like, I think realistically this point isn't that far further back than some points we do have in rotation actively, like Granary. People need to learn the hard way how much time they have to get back into the fight.
Yeah, with that little wall there, I guess it's a bit deceptive. You can sort of use it as cover. But here we are, back evened again. We're only 10 minutes in, there's already been 4 rounds, and Andrew and Ox maybe playing quite quick as well, bombing straight in, but fading away, getting back out again, and trading out with some of the Germans. Just Condor with a nice surf out towards grass. It's able to survive that splashing coming, but no, never mind, not able to survive any longer. Yumpo again, KN jumping in to try and salvage onto the rest of the combo, but everyone's running back out through Flowers. Shio is going to be safe and going to be getting uber charge in just a couple of seconds, and they're looking to run across and start using it straight in onto the midpoint. Yumpo just staring at a trap. Everyone's staring at a trap. Everyone's walking at it. Nobody sees it.
Do they want to win, or are we just here for the memes? What is happening?
Yumpo stared at the trap for like a solid 3 seconds. And Hugie looked at it as well. Everyone just like doing a little dance in front of the sticky trap, and the medic Crocs Village can be credited with that one, and it's chaos.
I don't even know. Is it the 31st of October or is it April 1st? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, Shockey's straight on the last one. They're just going to try and cap this. Just straight onto the point. Loads of cap sand coming through. Shockey going to die for it though, and so is Voxy as well. Really coming in a bit too aggressive, but Shio taken down. There's actually loads of damage coming through from the backside. Fishkoff in, getting kills, and I guess one thing they are going to get is they're going to get uber advantage off of this. Condor and Philip able to back out and potentially have another crack at this in about another 20 or 30 seconds.
If nothing else, second chances may be all you need at this stage of the game. We'll see what I can do on this one. You know what? I'm kind of happy we got a second push here as well. We haven't seen like good gunspot yet. And who knows if we will this season, but I'm curious to see what like a proper last setup looks like on this one. That's part of the development process of the metagame on this one, I suppose. Really want to see just how visible can you make this last point. Potentially, you got to know for the science of it, right?
Yeah, I think I slightly preferred what the Germans were doing with their gun, like on the right-hand side, because it was like sort of delaying the Ubers. They even caught out hugely on Scout when they pushed in. But never mind, there's the push coming in from the Germans, and they've lost Philip already. But there's plenty of other frags coming through. But apparently not enough. Umger's still alive, Unpause still alive on the point, and most importantly, Volshio still alive as well. Going to be doing a little bit of parkour on top of the fire extinguisher. I'm sure that breaches some health and safety
Least optimistic backup attempt from Voxy just now. Just walk straight into a sticky trap and hope for the best.
It's worth a try, I guess, if you're if you know that you're going to be getting the spawn on mid. But actually gets denied forward spawn, so maybe that means something. And with a big Uber advantage over the side of Shield, we're going to see if they're able to breach their way in, coming in through flowers. This time going to use before getting deathed on by a sticky trap, as they charge all the way through straight into Toxic Yuji with the pistol out. Going to try and get onto Condog, but able to scurry out of there. And Yuji even wants to go in for more and going to make Shio die for it, surely. Yeah, very nice rockets coming in the back line from KN, and Ox only one up.
Yeah, they're just asking for a bit too much there. They wanted everything off the mid push and they're getting nothing for it in return. Wed's still alive as well. And it's just going to get back right where we came from. Germans failed a couple times now last, I guess, but if they keep getting these chances that we've seen on the previous map, they're going to just make it happen eventually.
Yeah, it's, they're going to learn every time, right? Like, every time you play like a map like this, you're going to sort of work out the things that do work, the things that don't work. And
Sniper
I guess
jump
losing
scare.
KN instantly to a headshot is not great. And Arentry is in as well. Going to go all the way behind but forces out the Uber charge in the meantime in top lobby. So really nice play there from Umger, and then on Arentry going and getting the work done and saying things that don't work. Apparently, yeah, losing a play to a sniper and then getting forced is definitely not working.
Yeah, gotta know your sightlines. It's easy to forget about that on new maps, but sniper is a thing people can't just decide to play sometimes. Gotta be watching out for those. In the meantime, though, we see something that we see on Gullyload as well, which is sort of just hiding in no man's land in the high ground. Just perched out of sight from everyone.
Yep, it's Fishkopf doing his best little tree impression. Comes to the Halloween party dressed up as a little hedgerow.
That's a sexy tree, of course.
But I guess as with many last points, having Uber ad is just not enough to start thinking about pushing out, and Uber ad is completely depleted. Condog has again. Arentry still trying to be a thorn in the side, just jumping around, taking health packs, potentially going in again. No, surely going to get caught here as everyone in lobby turns round. So one pick advantage for the Germans. Let's see what they decide to do with this.
Gonna have the chance. His sniper's still up. Gotta watch out for that improv. Really far forward. Gives to be careful to not just get walked over there right away. But the sideline bails him out of danger just about for a second. But the pipe still connects. It's a trade if nothing else. But that might not be enough here. Two going down as we have the pause happening. And anything can be happening after this pause as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks as if the Germans wanted to sort of pull the trigger and work their way in as soon as that Demoman died. But Hugie might be putting a stop to that with 2 kills on Sniper, as we're in a temporary 4v4. So, yeah, as you say, I think anything could happen here.
Maybe so. I mean, he's really what's holding this together on us right now, because the combo is kind of humbling the back a little bit with the positioning up front, just not really stopping enough of anything just yet. And that's the difference between, like, Badlands and this one. This one's on us, like, it's vaguely the similar shape here, but it's a lot larger. In most regards, the gun in like the same position on Badlands would just cover also the entrance over there, and it would be really difficult to keep peeking. But that's not the case if the gun is this far back on this last point, so it just doesn't cover the Devilman spamming at the stairs. And you're maybe not alone, but you certainly are a lot less safe trying to do just what the input did just now.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many, like for trying to think of gun spots, there's all these pillars as well. Like we saw that that was a problem in one of the previous pushes, is someone was able to just run onto the point and basically use the cover of one of the pillars just to cap the point, because it's so hard to have a gun that can see all of the points.
You know, at the very least, gotta give it to the map, you can't just do front wall gun and get away with it every single time on this one. Just an entrance, a doorway in the middle main area, in the lower area, just looking at the point. If this was another map, that would just be like a gun spot right there every time. But luckily, at the very least, we don't have to look at like the same gun spot on 4 different maps, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
which would be a very, very boring, I suppose, and everything else. We already do new maps. At least we should have them be slightly different than other ones, you know.
Yeah,
and you know, obviously this is like Badlands inspired, I guess, but we're also not playing Badlands for a reason, so.
Yeah, it's been weird. I guess we've obviously seen plenty of mid fights, and we've seen sort of plenty of attempts around last. We haven't seen a great deal of fighting on second. We had that one time where we had even Ubers and Varmkorv tried to send people behind into the lobby and then kind of ran in and lost everyone. But not something we've seen a great deal of fighting around yet.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
And that matters, because like Badlands second is like a very strange point, right? Like it's iconic, I guess, because it has Spire, but also everyone actually hates Spire. If you played the map a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's such a long point. And that still has the second point still has some of that energy, but as much as I still saw people complain that the second point is huge, compared to Badlands, this is actually like a quarter less of that, I think. In the end, there's like so much dead space on Badlands second that's just completely irrelevant in comparison. But it's still not small by any means, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's still not a small point by any means, so I can still see where people are coming from, of course, but there is still some changes to be seen here. It's like, at the very least, you don't have to worry about like getting stuck in trash on this map, you know? That's like the Badlands second special.
Yeah, God. I might be imagining things, but I think that in like a previous version that was maybe played in one of the cups, like the area of grass outside second has been like expanded since then. Because I feel like I remember it being more claustrophobic, like coming in from that flank route.
Maybe so. Ooh, wait a second.
Unpause
happening. The raid goes through. You love to see it here. Good timing on their part. As we were getting the gun down for sure already. Is that enough? Not quite yet. Ox is keeping things under control a little bit. Entry once again, though. We've seen him flank behind or before. And when there's an opportunity to just get out the flank that the combo isn't covering, maybe you should take it. But the combo just out in time avoids certain defeat right there. And actually, they're just going with this one too. Too many picks to not try, I suppose. But Omega tries a bit too much, it looks like. Will go down, peeking through the flank. And that's a big difference maker compared to Badlands. That flank area is just very different in many ways to Badlands, like second flank over there. So we'll go back into the red team fan. Yeah, they're just going right away.
Yeah, like I say, we haven't had a great deal of fighting on the second, but this might be the time when we see it as an exchange. We'll say an exchange. Conduct still hasn't used yet. Zio forced to use running up onto the point, just in everyone's face, surely going down any second now. What? Okay, I thought it was going to get out for a second, gets chased down
no chance.
by Voxy. I saw the shutter come down and was scared for a second, but Conduct uses out, so I guess it's maybe not the end of the world if they can salvage some sort of hold on last, but they've got to get people on point quick with cap time already coming through.
Okay, at least Entropy gets one there. Big damage between the two soldiers. They're just staying alive for so long.
Yeah, Kane and Fishkov have got absolutely massive, hugely with an impossible, insurmountable task on the last point. Not going to manage to do it, and Philip able to come through and seal it. Like you say, Fishkov and KN just ran in and just did monstrous amounts of damage.
Both of them did really well this map so far, for sure, for the red team. Works out quite nicely on their part and gets them back in the lead, if nothing else as well. Varmkorv Boogie not doing themselves any favors going as far out of second even, quite frankly, and really far out of second, as they did during the exchange. Long time to get out of there, didn't have the time for that at all, and back to mid we go. They've been very back and forth mid fights so far. Let's see what choices we go in this time around. Just big bombs from the blue team right away, trying to knock down the combo as much as they can, but not a ton of damage coming out of it. They're just playing hide and seek in the building and kind of just get away with it for the most part. And in the meantime, what I'm worried about what's coming up front. Yeah, there's a bomb behind already, and the rest of the team's not going to slow down either.
Yeah, the Fishkov bomb doesn't get a great deal of follow-up does though. And more players going to Omega just dancing around this little plant pot. Not gonna manage to survive, but Yuji and Shio are going to survive, and they're all the way back. Playing passive on the second, building up this last bit of Uber. But yeah, nice work on the German side. They're able to bait the bombs, run back into Toxic, make sure that they don't go down, lose too much to the soldier bombs, get the picks, and re-aggress in. And now they're aggressing all the way in onto second, and Toxic going to go down for it. And Fishkov is very aggressive, might be going down also. Arantry is in on the flank, but taken down also.
Alright, well, it could be going worse here, but it's still they have to worry right now. Their players down. Everyone's just taking the time on the red team, but they're still not leaving. They're staying on the second point, just giving them lots to worry about, and Bombs makes things even worse as no one's watching that entrance from Fish instantly getting onto the medic. Gets his force going, and they're just not finding an angle to get an exchange out of this one. It's just leaving empty-handed.
Yeah, she was in no man's land, just up on top of the point. There's no escape zone from there, just literally standing on point. Soldier lands in his face, has to force, there's no other way about it. And yeah, that Uber charge, able to get nothing, so this is all on now. And Uber had last push. We've seen, I guess, mixed results in these situations. Most of the time it's gone pretty okay. For the side pushing just on the basis of getting a lot of cap time and people not being able to block. But this time, it seems that they're going more for the positioning, more for the space, going for cap time later. Onto the point they go, and yeah, no one's able to deal with it. Not quite quick enough to jump on the point to block, and yeah, another different sort of type of push, but one that comes through for the Germans. They're 4-2 up.
Yeah, match point it is. They can end it right here and right now, get themselves all 6 points, and just steal the top spot in the tables for the time being here, going into the next few games coming up this week. So busy work as it is, it certainly puts them up for a good week already if this were to come true. Big task ahead now for Varmkorv Boogie to turn this all back around. We've seen them have some success before. They're trying the same bombs as we've seen last time as well, but this time around we are getting this medic.
Yeah, Gondog not able to get back in time, but Shio isn't either. So 2 for 2 as both sides losing a soldier and a medic. Health very much in the favour of the Germans. So look at all these low little health bars on the blue side. Hugely underneath the point, having a fight with basically everyone. Manages to get one, and you go with a nice pipe as well. Means this fight goes on. Omgo trying to cap up as best as he can, but walks straight into the rocket. Nice direct coming out from KN. Means the point is maybe going to be getting slightly reverted, but this fight could go on.
Maybe so. Just gotta be willing to take this fight quick, I guess, because the spawns will be coming up as well, and I don't really know who's making the first impression on mid here. It looks like the red combo just about gets there first, and that might just be enough already, because you just see more players here, might not want to refight this, and the Germans will keep this point alive for now, and frankly, as we've seen last map already, if you have to lead, you don't have to pressure this too much right now. It's just very much in Varmkorv Boogie's hand to make something happen. I guess with having 2 rounds themselves against Spore, it's a little bit less urgent as it was at 4-1 with less time than this earlier on Gullywash, but still, it's not exactly looking all too inviting just now either way.
Yeah, well, what's certainly inviting for Shocky is a return to that babyface's blaster. So we'll see what damage that's able to do, as still getting it charged up.
Well, last time he did a lot of damage to himself, so you never know.
Yeah, it had, as far as I could tell, basically no positive impact, but
well, I mean, he got behind. That's insane.
and then died.
But you got there,
well,
see? Again, we're behind, we're in there.
The med shield.
It does it, there you go. Could he have done it with a normal Scarlet gun? Probably, but he did it with the babyface blaster.
Yep, there we go. That's where I get to going onto the babyface's blaster.
The control point is being tested.
The rest of the Varmkorv side running the way in. Trying to go onto Condog, who is currently just sat out by the flowers, safe and sound, able to secure this 100% advantage. Hugie and Oxdo in, trying to do some damage, getting onto Philip, and Hugie's in as well. Maybe the force can come out. Hugie's going to get even more damage, but not going to do enough to get the kill. But Condog just letting all the team drop around him. He's going to drop as well. He doesn't not using anyone.
We're holding the super for next week. We don't need it.
Yeah, if they've won this off, it's fine. They can just save it for next month. It's fine.
They're gonna get the medic too. Like, they never needed the super to begin with. they never needed the super at all, actually. This is all just false sense of security. Honestly, this is like the most Condor thing I've ever seen. And everyone gets dropped, he drops, and they still win the fight. No one else could do this but Condor.
And the thing is as well, the way that the meds go down and the way that the spawn waves are working, it's actually going to be a very sizable advantage for Condog on this last push.
It was all planned.
Yeah.
He dies first, so he has advantage to last.
Yeah, it's to bait them in after getting the med kill.
And all they have to do is just push one more last point, and they have this all in the bag.
Ox has gone into lobby underneath. He's now made himself known. Not going to go for anything too ambitious. And sticky bombs come out onto the shutter. Uber charge going back straight through where it came from. and charging in behind, trying to get these kills behind the point. But obviously Limpo doing good damage. One Kondo, but more players falling on this blue side, including the medic before he's able to get the overcharge. Point cap time coming through. Yuji and Omga last alive, not going to manage to survive though when it's 5-2 and a very dominant end to that game for the German side as living up 6 points, so that makes them the best team in Europe, right?
Maybe not quite yet, since there was another game tonight whose results very much might have impacted that already, but for the time being, at the very least, it's looking good for them already here, right? Even the X Factor new map wasn't enough to turn this back around. Certainly looked a bit promising for a little while there, but the quality of the German roster still pulled through in the end. Got this all under control by the end, will win the map as well. 6 points on the league table to them, certainly not bad at all. Varmkorv Boogie, as I said, after map 1, certainly pushed to a bit of a reality check just now to see what they have to catch up a little bit with everyone else, where it just looked so doable last week. There's maybe a few more teams left to be played this season and won't make it any easier, and many more to come of those. Prem is certainly not looking weak this season at all, and they will have their work cut out for them to stay anywhere near as high as they still are for now.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other hand, the Germans, their first offie, and very good performance. They're 5-1, 5-2. Not many better ways you can start a season. Particularly, they've, like you said before, they've shown themselves on the new map of Entropy, and they've shown that they can play it, and they're good at it, and they can adapt on the fly, and they've got good protocols, and yeah, maybe they might be a. I'm not going to say they're going to pick it, but it might turn other teams away from picking it into them later in the season.
Yeah, and like who's like the big dogs now currently in Prem, right? I mean, there's Mandem, and then what, like the national teams, double French and Germans looking really strong so far. So it will be interesting to see how things develop from here. If the other half of the league, I guess, can show up when they play against those guys. But nice now, I guess, on these teams to stay up in the tables where they are for now. Won't be easy. The competition is very much high, and there's lots of more games to come. In fact, let's just check real quick what we still have left this week, actually.
There's 1,000 games this week, isn't there?
Well, yeah.
Let's
see. So this is tonight. What do we have? We have November 1st, Garda against 3.5 stars. Garda comes off tough first 2 weeks, I think, and right into another tough match. And 3.5 stars looked pretty good against Mandem the other day, so will be a tough one. 3.5 stars, I guess, expectations high. They just continue on doing well, right? Of course. Then we have November 2nd for fans against the Germans. That will be an interesting one. Germans just now look great. For fans looked good for the most part the last time we've seen them, and then disaster struck, so who knows where they're really at right now. Many questions to be answered there, and I believe there's still something on Sunday too that is still not determined fully yet, but you just have to stay tuned, I guess, to find out.
Yeah, well, I guess this is what happens when teams barely play officials in weeks 1 and 2, is that week 3 you have like all of the officials.
Need every game all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, they've taken its time to get this season on the go, but we've got a couple of logs to look at from this last Entropy game. Anything particularly standing out other than
No, really there's no one that played exceptionally well, I think, and this is definitely nothing to see here.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, we can move on from this. But yeah, no, for real, I know I sung the praises of KN before. Someone who, and Fishkoff as well, I've got to give credit there. Their coordination on soldiers was very, very good, and both of them did a stellar job on that second map.
Very much. I mean, if one of them plays heavy pocket, then the other one obviously will not receive nearly as many heals. But if you just make quality over quantity work in the end, as we've seen with some of the double rounds, that's certainly all that matters. At that rate, certainly less heals this time around actually for KN actually in comparison to the previous map, but still takes a lot there as well. Flip much more on the beam this time around, it looks like, in the end, but so be it. Sometimes they've actually pushed back a lot more this map, so probably just comes up the territory a little bit here as well, but in the end, it looked good for the most part. Varmkorv Boogie had some stuff to work on, the mid-fights especially in Gullywash, but I guess also just in general, I suppose. Needs some improving, and the fact that they got like almost back-cap completely once, and then like funny back-cap once on Gully, and almost funny back-cap, but it was kind of just in the middle of a fight that they just didn't react to. On this map as well, leaves a bit of maybe they need to play some type racer, just add word on the reaction times a little bit or something. Whatever you do these days to work on that, but they need to be a bit quicker on these.
Yeah, absolutely. They were punished in quite a few ways. But this is only, I guess this is a week. I'm not going to guess what week of fixture this was, but they've still got 5 games left this season. So
yes, in fact,
there's time to work on these errors and.
Who's Varmkorv Boogie's next opponent? Actually, they have.
They're playing this
schedule for this
right?
week against TLR as well, who is coming off not bad results necessarily, but very strange games to say the least.
All of the rounds.
Yeah, the game against Havoc was like very close, but also like strangely slow, and like struggling on last. And
that was the one where TLR was sat outside the other team's last for like 30 whole minutes.
Yes, and then the game against For Fans looked awful on product, but much better on the second map. But also like, no medic main should ever watch that game back.
Yeah, they had chances in Golden Cap, didn't they?
It was a weird one.
Yeah,
if they
it
have
could be
like
a good game, like.
Yeah, if they have like the good 10 minutes going from Sunshine on every other map from now on, then maybe they can go some places still. And very much, it will now be a match for both of those teams to salvage their chances, I suppose, right? Varmkorv Boogie obviously had at least one straight win on like TLR, but TLR still has, good points themselves either way. So lots to play for there, and a loss now after the week 3 game would look very bad for the playoff chances.
Yeah, and as we've sort of said multiple times before, there's the fact that there's like no witness, and there's also like so many of the strong teams coming in. Like these playoff spots, like they're all for the taking. Like basically any of these teams with a good run of form could find their way into these playoffs. So yeah, it's all about what happens on the server. But on that note, I think we're ready to wrap up.
Yeah, we'll have more games coming up this week, so stay tuned, especially tomorrow, and we'll catch you then.